Hi, my name is Andrew, and I will do my book analysis presentation over Slaughterhouse 5. My thesis statement is, while reviewing Slaughterhouse 5, Dennis Literal's claim that Vonnegut invented a new novelistic genre combining fantasy with realism is agreeable while analyzing Vonnegut's writing style. This is because Vonnegut uses the Tralfamadorians as the fantasy part, but also uses the war and a personal experience of Billy Pilgrim to show the realism of the story. Summary of the book. Billy Pilgrim is a man who experienced war at a very young age. The story expresses the disorganized chaos in his head as it jumps around from event to event, some great memories of his and some horrible. Throughout the story, Billy tries to make a sense of why war happens. Will Billy be able to answer this age-old question, or will the chaos in his head overtake him? A quick overview. The book interests me from the start, as it is not your normal story. The story jumps around from various times to show Billy's life in war, before war, and how it affected him after. Here's a quick clip to show that.
This is Schlachthof 5. 5 is English 5. Schlacht is slaughter. Hof is house. Schlachthof 5. Slaughterhouse 5. Your house.
Alright, that quick clip shows how bad of a conditions that he had to live in when he was a prisoner of war, and the bombing of Dresden probably had ended up having lasting effects on his mental health. Alright, some cons of this book. I felt the story was weak in the area of character development other than Billy. According to his, other than Billy, characters like his daughter and other people in the story just didn't have much of an arc or have much of a character development other than Billy. The story would have been better for me if it had been more clear while going from one event to another. At first, it was pretty confusing for me from jumping one event to another, as at first I was really confused of where we were in time. I was disappointed by the lack of description and why Billy's mind was quote-unquote messed up. This is because it's up for the reader to interpret it and how they believe. And I'm not a big reader, so this is one of the first books I've actually finished. And so, that was kind of hard for me at first to kind of grasp that understanding. Alright, some potentially offensive content. There were some sexual scenes when he was a prisoner of war, and since the war is the main focal point of the novel, of course there was going to be violence in many scenes. And then swear words were a very common occurrence when the F word was commonly used, as well as other swear words. Alright, some pros of the book. I felt the story was especially strong in the area of storytelling, as the randomness of the story kept me intrigued. As it was jumping from one event to another, it always grasped my attention, as it was always an interesting way of how it jumped or why it jumped. I especially enjoyed the use of the extraterrestrial life, and this is because it just adds another layer to the book, which I enjoyed. The biggest appeal for me was Vonnegut's writing style, and that was, like said before, combining realism with fantasy, and I've never seen or read a book like that before, so it was really intriguing for me to read that. Here's the quote. Why me? That is a very earthly question to ask, Mr. Pilgrim. Why you? Why us, for that matter? Why anything? Because this moment simply is. Have you ever seen bugs trapped in amber? Yes. Well, here we are, Mr. Pilgrim, trapped in the amber of this moment, and there is no why. And that quote is Billy talking to the Tralfamadorians, and I just think I would be intrigued if I read that just out of the blue. In response to the book review, I agree with Literal's when he says, in a sense, Vonnegut invented a new novelistic genre combining fantasy with realism. This is because combining these two genres makes a very compelling and intriguing and interesting story, as it always kept me interested in what Vonnegut had to say. And in a quick summary, I recommend this book to anyone who's tired of the classic storytelling formula. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. My comparison would be Catch-22. And Catch-22 is, in my opinion, is the best comparison because they're both mainly focused on war and the absurdity of it, yet Catch-22 mainly focuses on the bureaucracy, as Slaughterhouse 5 mainly focuses on just the general chaos of war. Alright, thank you. Have a good day.